Live from WTKR News 3, your news at noon starts right now.
Many of you probably woke up to this sound this morning. Freezing temperatures throughout our region continue this afternoon.
A headache to see that, and while you were sleeping, snow blanketing parts of the 7 cities in a thin layer of snow. Our first warning team now tracking the next round of wintry weather heading our way.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us for the news at noon on this Friday. I'm Todd Carrillo.
And I'm Erin Miller. And boy, I am cold. It is chilly outside. Our News 3 winter storm coverage continues now at noon. You can see we have crews all across the 7 cities and in northeast North Carolina checking on the conditions and preparing for the snow ahead.
We're going to check in with Penny, Anthony, and Margaret in just a moment. But first, we need to get to the woman of the hour, meteorologist Maddie Kirker. She's tracking the snow headed our way and when we can expect it to start.
Yeah, the snow that we had out there last night was not the main event. So if you got all excited for snowfall, we are watching that snow event moving in as we speak. And yes, just like we were all talking about, it is cold outside. Take a look at some of these numbers stretching from the south side to the peninsula. We are in the 20s, but where is the snow right now? Not seeing anything, at least on the radar. There are some light rain showers down to the south of our region, but eventually as we head through the afternoon and especially this evening, the snow will be building in. Let's take a look at your forecast model. How much time do we have until then? Well, all the way up until about this afternoon, you can see we're dry. Then here comes 6 o'clock. We begin to see some snow showers rolling in across the Albemarle of North Carolina. Just rain primarily for our friends down towards Duck and South. Then as we head towards this evening, look at 9 o'clock, snow showers spreading northward up towards the peninsula and the eastern shore. And as we head towards midnight tonight, those heavy snow showers rolling through, and that'll continue as we head into tomorrow morning before the system pulls away. We may have a few snowflakes left around, but that should be about it. So our day planner is primarily going to be watching those snow showers building in from south to north across the region, and it's plenty cold enough to have this snow moving in. And it will be windy, north winds 15 to 25, gusting upwards to 35. Big question is, how much snow are we expecting? Which locations will see the most? You will see that in your backyard forecast coming up in minutes.
The big question indeed. Maddie, thank you. Well, it's no surprise that News 3 has been on top of our team coverage since early this morning, spotting slick conditions on the roads all the way from Chesapeake to Elizabeth City.
Let's bring in News 3 reporter Anthony Sabella. He is in Currituck County this afternoon, where we understand icy conditions have blocked off a road right now.
Yeah, Anthony, it looks like there's a lot going on behind you. Set the scene. What are you seeing out there?
Hi, Erin and Todd. You know, I was actually even less than an hour ago set to tell you a different story about how bridges were kind of the biggest concern, but roads as a whole were pretty good. And then someone pulled up next to our news vehicle and told us, hey, you need to check out Shawboro Road, NC 34. And this is what we found when we came out. This Penske truck off the road, two tow trucks trying their best to pull it back onto the road. And I was able to get a little more information from a state trooper. He told me they initially got the call a little bit before 10 o'clock this morning for a Penske truck that had come down this road, hit a sheet of ice, and went off the road. When they arrived on scene here, they saw that it had flipped over onto its driver's side door. I'm told there were 3 people inside at the time, 2 of them who complained of injuries, but nobody wanted to be treated, and they've since left the scene. But in the meantime, it's been a real struggle to get this truck back onto the road, because I don't know how well you can tell, this road is a sheet of ice. It is an ice rink and nothing less than that. And so we've seen tow trucks slide as they've tried to pull it out. So while all of this is happening, state troopers have shut down this road. We have the phone and internet company here too, because the Penske truck took out a power pole on its way out, a utility pole, I should say. And then if you look down the road here, you can see there's a pretty long line of vehicles waiting to get through. Really no telling at this point when they'll be able to open up the road again, because that truck is still off the road. We're live here in Currituck County. Anthony Sabella, News 3.
Wow, Anthony, what a scene there. Again, a reminder of why you need to be safe and just stay off the roads if you don't have to be out there. News 3 now continues our coverage of Winter Storm 2022. No doubt some parts of our area seeing a lot of ice. News 3's Penny Commit joins us now live from Chesapeake, where we've seen the roads a tad bit dangerous there as well. Penny, what are you seeing?
Well, Aaron, you're absolutely right. Black ice is one of the most dangerous things you can encounter during a winter storm, and it's become a reality here in Chesapeake. This is just one of the many roads we're seeing with black ice. And if you look down at my feet, you'll see some tire marks that are leading into this ditch over here that is filled with water. And that's because just a few hours ago, a car hit black ice on the road, swerved off of the street, and then landed right here in this ditch. Take a look at some of this footage that we shot from earlier. A father and a son having a very terrifying encounter with black ice. I spoke with John. He was in the passenger seat of this car. He tells me that this is he and his father's first experience with black ice, and he says his nightmare just turned into a reality. He was asleep. He woke up from a nap to his dad screaming his name after losing control of the wheel due to the black ice.
When I called, I saw my dad, he screamed my name. I was very scared, yeah. I was sleeping, yeah, and I woke up very scared.
John, his father, and a coworker who stopped by to help spent 2 hours pulling the car out of the ditch. John and his father were dressed for work, having no clue they would spend hours outside in the freezing cold. And that's a great reminder that in weather like this, it's always important to have those extra clothes in your car. And AAA says if you encounter black ice, control the skid, avoid stepping on your gas or your brakes, and turn your wheel in the direction that you want to go, or just keep it straight. And if you look behind me, there is no car in this ditch anymore. That's because we had some good Samaritans stop by and help these three men get their car back on the road. We have an interview with one of those good Samaritans coming up on our coverage tonight, and we have wall-to-wall weather coverage headed your way starting at 4. But for now, we're live in Chesapeake. Penny Commit for News 3.
Penny, thank you. And as Penny and Anthony have showed us, it does not take much for conditions to become very dangerous out there. So we want to remind you, if you have not already, go ahead and make sure you have the News 3 app on your phone. That way you will get the breaking alerts as well as any traffic alerts and up-to-the-minute details from the First Warning Storm team. Still to come on News 3 at noon, the First Warning Storm team is standing by. In just minutes, we will get an update on the forecast, when we can expect snow, and if it will melt anytime soon.
Stay with News 3 for continuing winter storm coverage. News 3 Investigates Trigger Trace series with Zach Dahlheimer, tracking illegal guns in our area for the past year.
I want to thank you for taking that deep dive, okay, because it forced others to take a look.
News 3 Investigates gets results.